How's it going, guys? My name is Double D, and yeah. So last night, or this morning, depending on where you're from, so the McGregor Mayweather fight. What an absolute barn burner of a fight that was. Fair play to both guys. I was expecting, man, I don't know what I was expecting to win. I was kind of hoping McGregor would pull it off, but either way, it was an absolute sick fight. I think what was kind of strange about the whole entire fight was that everything that people predicted from both sides of the camp, it never happened. Like people said that it's either going to be a case of Floyd's gonna outstrike him and just constantly run away from most of the fight because that's supposedly how he fights. I've never really watched a Floyd Mayweather fight. I've never really watched boxing. That's my first boxing match I've really watched. And then people said that McGregor would, knock him out. If anything, he'd just knock him straight out. And neither of those things really happened. At the start of the fight, McGregor was actually doing really well. I think, for the first 4 rounds, it can be argued that he was, he was pretty much in the lead for the first 4 rounds. He was managing to just outpoint Floyd and things like that. He landed quite a few good shots as well, a lot of significant strikes. I think when at the end of it, they said that he did more significant strikes than Manny Pacquiao or something, which is that's pretty decent for somebody that's first time he's boxing and he was fighting against the boxer, the best boxer in the world. But then he started to tire out after I think after the 4th round and maybe the 5th round, he kind of started to, as in his own words, get overzealous, kind of thinking, oh man, I'm taking this, and started to instead of throwing 2s, 3s, he was throwing 6-hit combos and stuff. His words, not mine. Just for anybody says, oh, this is basically what McGregor's did. But yeah, he just kind of admitted himself. He just kind of expended, wasted his own energy, getting a bit overzealous. And the thing was as well, Mayweather, he did not fight the way that a lot of people were expecting. He did not circle away all the time. He was pretty much in the pocket the whole for most of the fight, and he kind of just absorbed a lot of the punches that McGregor was throwing at him. And when I say absorb, I don't mean taking the punches to the face and stuff like that. A lot of them strikes that McGregor was throwing was hitting off the gloves. And Mayweather, I think, see, that's the thing. That's how Mayweather is. People say that he tends to take the first few rounds to assess how the opponent is going to fight, and then he starts activating later on in the fight, as of course it happened. And then McGregor, I think he just gassed, man. And he was doing so well. That's the thing. He was doing he did so well, and then Floyd just started to in the later rounds he was just picking the apart. I mean, it must have been weird for McGregor as well to be doing 12 round fights instead of 5-minute rounds. Isn't it minute rounds? I could be completely wrong. I do apologize. All I know is that it was a 10th round TKO, which a lot of people were arguing that it might have been an early stoppage. Who knows? I am not a boxer. But as well, the fact that Floyd won via TKO is impressive in itself, because a lot of the time doesn't he just win on points, because he usually just tends to go the distance. But from what I've heard, McGregor wants I think McGregor wants a rematch. Fuck you! Fuck off, man. Just watch it. He's probably gonna send me a message now being a big fucking dick G. Because a lot of the times, every time somebody plays as McGregor on this and they win a fight, they automatically think they're Conor McGregor. All in all, the fight was insane. I don't know whether or not there's going to be a rematch or anything. Fuck knows. I mean, McGregor has belts to defend, so he really should be coming back to the UFC and kind of putting them on the line. But who knows? I mean, he did seem to... He does seem to really want that rematch, but whether or not Floyd really needs to have a rematch with him, who knows? There's plenty more people that Conor could be fighting. And I saw a lot of the people reacting on Twitter about the knockout, about the McGregor fight, McGregor losing. A lot of his, the UFC fighters, and of course you got Jose Aldo doing the laughing emoji. And it's kind of rich for a guy who got knocked out in what 12 seconds. It's Jose, when you can go as long as McGregor did with the best boxer in the world. He couldn't even last, 12 seconds with McGregor, so, yeah. But that's, what always happens. It's when George St. Pierre lost against Matt Serra, and Matt Hughes was in the audience, and he was oh, I love it, and stuff like that. Every time somebody loses, it's always they're bitter fucking opponents that are oh, man, I'm so fucking glad that they lost. And it's well, I get that, but the thing is, though, you couldn't beat him. So, you have to be happy that somebody else beat him. It's you're just a little bitch. But much respect for both guys, or anybody in the combat sports, as it says, because, I had one fight. I got choked the fuck out. So I can't be sitting here flexing my muscle, because I ain't got Swear to God, man, if I get beat like twice in a row, I'm gonna be fucking raging. All he's doing is throwing fucking bitch-ass head kicks. Boom. At least I think that was me that won. But anyway, what did you guys think of the fight? I haven't really properly watched fighting in a while, so I do apologise if my analysis is BS. I'm just throwing my 2 cents. Congratulations on both guys anyway. A lot of people earned a lot of money. How did you see the fight going? And did you put a bet on? If so, how much did you win? But guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you guys have a fantastic day. Another video is coming out later on today. And until next time, catch you guys later.